A city that no passing ship could see from the ocean was simultaneously connected to the trade networks of China, Italy, India, Persia, Spain. This was not a peripheral outpost of global trade. This was a node at the center of it, pulling goods from across known world into a forested inland through a network of routes and relationships that the builders had deliberately engineered to give them control over regional economy. And then Gedi was abandoned, lost on map. Sometime in the early 17th century, the population of Gedi left. The city emptied, and is still empty. No subsequent occupation, no rebuilding, no reuse of the structures. There are no signs of war, no evidence of plague, no confirmed natural disaster. The city simply stopped being occupied and the forest began growing through it. Researchers have proposed several possible explanations. A falling water table that made the water management system unworkable. Political disruption from the Portuguese presence on the East African coast that cut off the trade networks the city depended on. That's also one of the options. They also propose a regional population shift driven by changing economic conditions. But none of this explanation is fully confirmed. The abandonment of Gedi city remains one of the most compelling open questions in African archaeology. What is confirmed, that is for sure, is that this was a city that solved indoor plumbing in the 13th century, that built durable coral stone structure that is still standing 600 years later, that positioned itself at the strategic center of a trade network connecting Africa to China, Italy, India, and Persia simultaneously, was abandoned without explanation and then swallowed by forests. The world barely knows this city exists. It was added to UNESCO World Heritage List in 2024. For decades, it sat in a Kenya forest, researched by archaeologists and largely unknown to the wider public. The infrastructure it contained, the trade connection it demonstrated, and the strategic intelligence embedded in its location were never part of any mainstream conversation about medieval urban planning or engineering achievements. Because the framework through which the world looked at medieval Africa had no category for indoor plumbing, supply chain strategy, and durable coral stone construction in a forested inner city in Kenya. The ruins are still there. The water system is still breathable. The walls are still standing, hidden in a forest, waiting to be acknowledged. This is Planet Views. Peace.